Alright, it is the go home show for not Victory Road. Victory Road was last month. This month is lockdown, so what is our lockdown match? Our lockdown match, if you've forgotten, is Mark Andrews taking on Eli Drake for the Global Championship inside the steel cage. I don't call it 6 sides of steel because we're using a 4-sided ring. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting episode today. I think it's going to be good. We've got a kind of a main event that could do really well, and we do have a big announcement for one of the major characters on this series, which is, it's good news and it's bad news, I guess. But anyway, we start off with a decent pre-show match. We have the Young Bucks defeating Garza Jr. and Laredo Kid in 12:53 when Matt Jackson defeated Laredo Kid by pinfall with a moonsault. C63, Nick Jackson was head and shoulders above everyone else with a 78. Matt had a 68, Laredo Kid with a 40, Garza Jr. with a 39. Nick Jackson improves in performance skills. And if we look through here, Garza Jr. gets a positive for star quality, and he is on like our next big thing, so we might see how he goes. We might give him a singles push. I don't know. Because I'm thinking, I like Garza Jr., but I'm not huge on Laredo Kid right now. I do need to have a look at a bit more of his stuff, but who knows, we might push Garza Jr. as a singles act. But yeah, we move on into our next match. We have Caleb Conley. He's going to be taking on Ivelisse Velez on Sunday. He defeats Braxton Sutter in 9:34 with an inverted overdrive. Conley with a 39, Sutter with a 36. Braxton Sutter improves in performance skills, that's all good. Moving on again into 44D. Just wanted to kind of see what these girls could do with a regular match. Tennille defeats Ivelisse in 14:27 by pinfall with a roaring elbow, D44. So yeah, a long match, trying to pick up some improvements if we can. Ivelisse with a 32, Tennille with a 47. No worker improvements though, which is not great. We're in front of 3,972 people in Tennessee, by the way. That's not great either, but I think this is our pre-show main event. We have Andrew Everett defeating Jimmy Jacobs in 10:37 with a 450 press. D46, but hey, these two don't click, so it would have been better if they clicked. Everett with a 38, Jacobs with a 47, no worker improvements. That's alright. Yep, okay, so we move into the start of our proper show. And Trish Stratus appears on the video screen to open Impact this week, and she says, "Hello everyone, it's with bad news that I come here tonight." Well, bad for you, excellent for me. I've just accepted a huge contract with WWE, and I'm out of here. So, a few more announcements, and then after Sunday I'll be on my way. On Sunday at Lockdown, my successor will be revealed to everyone, and after Sunday, Scarlett Bordeaux, my good friend and fellow blonde, will be taking over the management of my ex, Eli Drake. So yeah, there's a lot to unpack in this segment. 1, Trish Stratus is gone. Again, I didn't even get a notification that WWE had put in an offer, so what I've done now is I've put everyone on my roster on my shortlist so that I definitely should get a notification, because I should be getting notifications anyway, but I didn't. 2, her successor is going to be revealed on Sunday. I already know who they are. They were already with the company, as in I'd already brought them in for something else later that obviously isn't going to take place now. And after Sunday, Scarlett Bordeaux will be managing Eli, and Eli is her ex. So, interesting. There's no real point continuing the relationship when one of them's not even in the company anymore, so that's like kind of a reason that I've split them up. D46, not great. But Sonjay Dutt versus TK Cooper is our next tournament match. We've got our last 2 tournament matches tonight, and this is one of them. So newcomer versus an original, the new blood versus the old guard, and Dutt says, "I've been X Division champion before. Hell, just 6 months ago I was on top of the mountain. but since then, I've dropped off. I've not been as good as I once was before. Some people say I'm getting old. It's time to hang up the boots. To that, I say it's time to go when I say it's time to go. And right now, I'm feeling great, and I will advance to the second round here tonight. And TK with a promo, which I'm not sure if it's good or bad, because I kind of wanted to experiment with like a new kind of catchphrase for him, but I feel like the gimmick, it's all kind of come together pretty mediocre. But he says some say wrestling has a certain bit of luck involved with it. Others say it's pure skill. I say it's a bit of both, but I've got the skill to be here, but I've had a bit of luck as well. Like, I haven't had super major injuries yet. I've got visas and everything. But make no mistake, there is nothing lucky about walking into that ring with me. No matter what they bring to fight me, they'll always fall, whether by rock, paper, scissors, or all three, because of the rock, paper, scissors kick. Tonight, I move on to the second round and solidify myself as the best up-and-coming talent in Impact. So yeah, we move on into, didn't expect it to be too great, but, building up, TK and Sonjay is kind of, he's a mid-carder by X Division standards. It's like even the main event, so he's like a lower mid-carder, really. I do like Sonjay Dutt. I just don't really have a use for him right now. He's actually not bad on commentary with Josh Matthews in real life Impact. Like, obviously, if they can get someone else in, depending on who it is, I'd be like, yeah, sure. Even if they get Matt Striker in, I'd be like, yeah, sure, let's go for it. But yeah, no, him and Josh Matthews work quite well together, actually. And I'm actually kind of enjoying Josh on commentary, which I never thought I'd say. Also means that in about a week, I'm probably going to hate his guts again. But yeah, TK defeats Sonjay, 631, E plus 34, meh. Dutt improves in rumble skills, that's good. I know I said to Cooper. TK Cooper with a 32, Dutt with a 37. Yeah, no huge negatives that we've really got to work on. Oh yeah, poor psychology, there we go. Alright. And the fact they are both faces, but there's nothing we can do about that. Moving on into, well, that actually wasn't too bad. Extremely short match. Trevor Lee defeats Moose in 4:35 by submission, 53 C-. These two have great chemistry. It showed in their performances. Moose with a 53, Trevor Lee with a 47. No worker improvements. And with that, Moose's tenure in Impact comes to a close. I did not renew his contract because I think I'm really not going to use him that much. He's not great. In real life, he's pretty decent, but in this game, he's not. And that just frees up another spot for someone else that's going to be coming in. But still, wow, 67 C+. This is rated on both of their abilities to sell, so these guys can sell. But Lee defeats Moose here tonight, and he leaves the ringside area gloating. But this gloating is stopped on the ramp when X Division champion Taiji Ishimori runs out and just jumps onto him, trying to pull him off his feet and beat the crap out of him at the same time. This fails pretty miserably, and he releases him. The two start to brawl until eventually the security at ringside is able to separate the two, and Ishimori is yelling incomprehensible Japanese at Lee, who just smiles and then leans forward, spits in Taiji's face because he's a dick. This is getting incredibly personal, and the two will clash at Lockdown this Sunday for the X Division Championship. The storyline advances and gains heat. Sweet. Nice to see that these two can carry a segment without us abusing Raquel's sex appeal. But yeah, we move on into D42. But the Forgotten are making their way into the building, and Conley tries to throw the camera out of his face, and he says, "What? You want to know what we think about Evalisa's little stunt last week? Well, here you go. Here's your headline. That bitch will get what's coming to her at Lockdown." And Xavier says, "She cost me my spot in the second round of the Super X tournament. I won that tournament last year. Evalise Velez on Sunday will complete your death wish. Even putting you in hospital was too good for you." Conley spits at the camera and the two storm off. So yeah, they are fucking pissed off. And you would be. she cost Xavier the chance to go back to back. That's pretty big. The storyline advances. Does lose heat. These guys don't have amazing... Well, actually, Xavier has strong entertainment skills, and I think Conley does as well. They're just not over, which is not good. But we move on. And yep, okay. About that had subpar wrestling and little heat. Nicole Matthews defeats Rachel Ellering in 8:08 by pinfall with a Vancouver maneuver. D-36. Ellering with a 29. Matthews with a 36. No worker improvements. Now, Ellering is a one-night talent, but she is someone that I am seriously considering bringing in as a full-time talent because she's pretty good. Like in real life, she's not awful, and I think we could use her. But then again, we also have a lot of new faces in the Knockouts division that we need to solidify, so she might not be coming in for a while. But yeah, we move on into B-75. I will definitely take that. Drake is sitting in his locker room, kind of like out of it when JB comes in and he says, "Global champion Eli Drake, I'm sorry to interrupt," but he is interrupted, ironic, by Eli Drake. He says, "Oh, you're sorry? That's great. You want to know why I beat down Andrews last week, I guess? I did it because I'm so sick and tired of him thinking he can make it against me. I needed to send a message. I took this belt and I struck him in the head with it, and hell, I enjoyed it. From what I've heard, he's not here tonight, so I think he got the message. If he still wants his match at Lockdown, I'll be waiting in that ring. But if he doesn't, at least he got the damn message. Now get the hell out of my face. I need to go talk to my ex." So yeah, he's not happy. Like, Mark Andrews won't go away. He's now apparently not dating Trish Stratus, and he's not got his kind of safeguard in the authority figure anymore. The storyline advances with a pretty good rating. Like, Eli's starting to deliver the goods for us, which is good. Also, after there's one more Super X Cup match tonight. After that, I will tell you the bracket for the next round. And you guys can do your predictions then. It's kind of hard to put it on the screen because, like, I've booked the whole tournament out, and because it's just on Challenge, or I think it's pronounced Challenge, and yeah, actually no, I think I will be able to show it. We'll see how it goes, but yeah, some pretty good matches coming up in the next round, personally, in my opinion. We move on anyway. Rosemary makes her way down to the ring for a match against Hannah Blossom, who, despite appearing quite regularly in this series, is a one-night talent. Maybe I should just sign her as an enhancement talent. She's limping a little, and she's only got about half a face of paint on. She seems like she's literally in two minds, frequently switching between being really aggressive and like looking just focused, collected, and normal. She passes the camera, and we hear she's chanting something over and over again, and she's just saying rush, 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 over and over and over again. So, yeah, she loves a rush. C65, I'll take it. Storyline advances, doesn't lose or gain heat. D-40, Rosemary defeated Hannah Blossom in 8:06 by pinfall with an Olympic slam, which I think she calls the Red Wedding. So I probably need to change that. Rosemary with a 46, Hannah with a 27. It's not awful. Rosemary was off her game though, which is funny. It actually plays into the storyline, so I'll take that. Next segment is a 68 C+. Could have been better, but Matt Jackson was very poor when trying to improvise dialogue. So thanks, Matt. Thanks for, wanting to be off script and then fucking it up for everyone else. But the Young Bucks are on their phones backstage when they're interrupted by the Tuesday Night Delights. And EC3 says, well, look who it is. Mundo says, it's our favourite tag team, the Young Bucks. Boys, we just wanted to check up on you, make sure you're at 100%, that your sense of entitlement is out of control. We wouldn't want to beat you at anything but your best. And Nick and Matt stand up, they laugh. And Matt says, wow, you guys are hilarious with your generation jokes, forgetting our name. That's just because you're scared that we'll have your numbers on Sunday. Honestly, we don't blame you. Nick finishes off. He says, those titles have had our names on them since we first stepped foot back in this company. And on Sunday, we get the respect we deserve when we prove that you guys just aren't in our league. So they're all pretty good at improvising except for Matt. So cheers, Matt. No worker improvements. C plus 68. I was hoping for a B minus, to be honest. But only negatives for Nick. Sorry, not Nick. Matt. Not being able to improvise tonight. So, well done. Next segment. Our final Super X Cup match. Tournament Cup, whatever we want to call it. Is Matt Sydal. Yeah, Matt Sydal's in this tournament versus Ryan Eagles. And Ryan starts off. He says, my brother Robbie... my friggin' computer's bugging up again. My brother Robbie's already made his way into the second round of the tournament tonight. Oh, not tonight, but the tournament. And now the pressure is on me to advance. But tonight, I face Matt Sydal, the former grand champion. But we never said our mission was going to be easy. A win here tonight would really help us prove that we're not just good at putting shrimp on the barbie. They're called prawns, by the way. Like, come on, get your head out of your ass. Tonight, I go through Matt Sydal, and who knows, it may be an all-Eagles final. Then Matt says, I've been given the opportunity tonight to get an X Division title shot. So soon after losing the grand... Oh, that shouldn't have been a comma there. So soon after losing the X... Far out. I'm going to start that again, because my mind is all over the place. Don't record at 11 PM. I should remember that. I keep doing it. I've been given the opportunity tonight to get an X Division title shot so soon after losing the Grand Championship, and I'm incredibly thankful for that. So tonight, I'm going to flip and dive my way to the second round of the Super X tournament. The storyline advances. It gains heat, which is sad because it's a 48D+. The match is probably not going to be too good. It's probably going to be a 52-50. Matt Sydal, no surprise here. He defeats Ryan Eagles in 6:24 by pinfall with a shooting star press. Eagles was really off his game with the 34. Sydal with a 62. No worker improvements. I'll just get up the bracket for next week. Well, not next week, for the next round. And I'll be right back. Alright, so as we can see, we've had Travis Banks beat Caleb Connolly, which means that he goes on to the next round to face the victorious Robbie Eagles. Will Ospreay beat Johnny Mundo, and he will go on to face the winner from tonight, TK Cooper. Matt Sydal, also victorious tonight. He will go on to face Pete Dunne. And David Starr will go on to face Andrew Everett. So, I just realised every single one of them are faces. That's my bad. So yeah, some absolutely ripping matches to come. Banks and Eagles, if they were both pretty over, I reckon you could probably get like a B minus from that. Ospreay versus Cooper will probably also be pretty good. Cooper's not super over though. Sydal and Dunn is going to be probably match of the round. And finally, we have the product, David Starr taking on Andrew Everett. So, who do you think is going to win out of those four matches? Now that we've got the full bracket, let me know. Comment down below. Who do you think is going to win this? Who do you think is going to win the whole tournament? What do you think the final is going to be? Yeah, I will get right back to TEW. So I'll see you again in a minute. We move into Chelsea and Molina crossing paths backstage, and they stare at each other for a second before Chelsea says, "Oh, hey Molina, how are you feeling? Still at 100%? Yeah, I got Trish to book you off the night tonight. To book you the night off tonight. No matches. You know, we wouldn't want you to get injured and have an excuse ready when I beat you on Sunday, would we?" And Molina just kind of laughs, but is like, "Oh, you're a fucking bitch." She says, "Wow, you really are full of yourself, aren't you? Well, listen here, bitch. You know what happens to overconfident champions like yourself? They get overinflated heads, and then they lose because they don't even consider for a second that they can lose. You better watch yourself because you're going down that path, and one day, if it's not this Sunday, it's going to cost you." The storyline advances, and yeah, Molina just kind of addressing, "Chelsea, you're getting a bit arrogant. Like, it's not going into a heel turn, because really she's like just turned. But she's getting arrogant, she's getting cocky, she's getting overconfident. And that could be her downfall. Moving on into... Yeah, I didn't expect really much from this, to be honest. Extremely short match. Adonis is squashed by Minoru Suzuki in 3:45 after a reverse DDT backbreaker. Ouch. Minoru Suzuki with a 48. Adonis with a 40. Chris Adonis improves on Rumble skills after a 4-minute match. Good job, you. Obviously, we've had to cancel the plans that I had. Like, Adonis was going to turn face and get, like, kicked out of the group and feud with Eli for a month or two, maybe, after he was built up a bit. Obviously, that's not going to happen now because I don't have the catalyst for that. So, I don't know, it might happen later, but not anytime soon. Next segment, D47. Ew. But JB's backstage, and he says, I'm joined by Ivelisse Velez. Now, Ivelisse, what do you think of the comments from the Forgotten earlier tonight? And Ivelisse says, well, JB, I'm actually quite pleased. I've gotten under their skins, as you can see, and that clouds their judgment. Makes them make mistakes. I've only just started to get my revenge, and this Sunday, I take a step closer to fulfilling that revenge when I beat Caleb Conley in the middle of that ring. So the storyline advances, and yeah, it's getting heated. These guys do not like each other. LAX are still out, so that's not good for Ivelisse, because it's technically 2-1. Moving on into a B77, and I've forgotten to put Chavo on screen. Of course I have. Press conference. Ray says, how do I feel about Chavo attacking me last week? I'm disappointed. Not disappointed in him, but disappointed because I should have seen it coming. Chavo was only in anything ever for Chavo. It took him 2 whole weeks to put a knife in my back. That's some kind of record. But I'll get the last laugh, per se, on Sunday at Lockdown when I beat him 2. He's then interrupted by Chavo, who appears from the back of the crowd of reporters. He says, whoa, 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 Hesse. You're getting way too far ahead of yourself here. On Sunday, even if you make it to Sunday, I will step out of your shadow when I become the #1 contender for the Global Championship. That's meant to be the Grand Championship. That's my writing. That's my fault. That is if you even make it to Lockdown. And then he's been walking up kind of towards Ray the whole time, and he then finally attacks him, knocks him down, and then hits a gory bomb through the table, and he just kind of walks off as people attend to Ray. So yeah, he's got kind of into Ray's head before the match, and is Ray even going to be 100% on Sunday? The storyline advances, it does gain heat, like pretty great rating there. Next segment is it's not our semi-main event. But decent match. Chavo Guerrero Jr. defeats Pete Dunne in 9:07 by pinfall with a gory bomb. C plus 66. Chavo's getting better at his gimmick. Dunne with a 68. Chavo with a 46. So, yeah, I'm kind of worried for Sunday's match, because I thought Chavo was going to be a bit higher in his in-ring ratings. But obviously not, so maybe this doesn't main event. I don't know. Next segment is Global Champion Eli Drake storming up to Trish backstage, and he says, hey, X? What do you mean X, Trish? You're just going to break it off on live TV in front of everyone? And Trish laughs and like her bitch comes out. She says, Eli, you really need to open your eyes. You have the Global Championship, and as long as I held power and you held that, you were valuable. But now that I'm on to better things, I have no use for you. So I gave you Scarlett, who actually gives a shit about you. Now get out of my office. So yeah, this is not a face turn for Eli Drake, just putting it out there. This is having to change things on the fly. There was going to be a split down the line. Drake was going to be turned on by Trish, but it wasn't going to be for a while. I completely fine with saying that now because it's not going to happen because Trish is not going to be here. But yeah. Well, next segment is this is our semi-main event, and this is a possible matchup for the I always get it confused what comes first, semi-finals or quarterfinals. It goes first round, second round. In a 5-round tournament, it goes first round, second round, I think quarter, semi, final. So this could be in the semi-finals if both of these guys beat their respective competitors. But Will Ospreay tonight, he defeats Travis Banks in 10:22 by pinfall with a 6:30 splash. 68 C+. The match got the crowd buzzing. Ospreay with a 76, Banks with a 64, and the storyline advances because it's just two of the competitors going at it. It's a good match. Like, I'm not going to say that's a bad match. I was expecting a little bit better though. Negatives, odd face heel combination, Banks not being able to deal with the pressure going all out. Next segment. This is our main event, and yes, it delivers. Sweet. David Starr is main eventing a week after he debuts. Or 2 weeks after he debuts. I think it's just a week, yeah. Honestly, all the shows have become a bit of a blur. Good match. Johnny Mundo defeats David Starr in 12:26 by pinfall with a Starship Pain. 74 B-. I'll definitely take it. That's Mundo. Like, that's all Mundo. 80. Johnny Mundo with an 80. David Starr with a 44, no work improvements, but this is just it's gonna do a lot of good for David Starr. Being in a great match in the main event. Exposure, man. Exposure is key. Final segment is a B-75, and Mundo puts away the product, but before he can celebrate, he and Carter are then attacked by the Young Bucks. As the four start brawling, Eli Drake runs down to the ring with a chair to help his fellow men. He gets there, but before he can use it, Mark Andrews appears from the crowd. Yep, he's there, and he's pissed. All 6 men brawl with each other, and after a few minutes, Andrews and the Young Bucks hold the ring as Drake and the Delights retreat, and Impact closes as the Young Bucks and Mark Andrews stare each other down. Matt Striker says, that's all the time we've got for tonight. We'll see you on Sunday at Lockdown. So both storylines advance, and neither really increase or decrease in heat. We end the show there. Just scraping the B-. Show increases our popularity in 45 regions. 72 B-. We continue our streak to, I think, 4 now. It's 3 or 4. And computers being a pain. But yeah, that's all we've got for tonight. Tonight, whenever you're watching this. What are your predictions for Lockdown? We've got a pretty stacked card. It should be a good show. I am hoping we get a B-, but I'm not sure. Who do you think the successor for Trish's position is? Is it another former WWE legend? Is it somebody no one's ever friggin' heard of? Like back in my first series, I brought in Nikki Rocks to be the new owner of the WWE. If I'd never heard of her before, I was like, I like the look of her. She's got good entertainment skills. Stuff it, why not? Who do you think's gonna win? Yeah, each match at Lockdown. What did you like about the show? What you didn't like about the show? And I'll see you guys next time.